Hey everyone, this is Melissa Double Diamond, and I want to talk to you about networking and building a network. So I heard Ashley Sinclair one time say, some people join this business and they already have a network, a massive network, and so they're able to take off faster. Other people join and they need to build a network. And that has made so much sense to me in so many ways, and it has helped me when when I'm talking to maybe a newer distributor who isn't taking off as fast as they wanted, and we talk, how big of a network do you have? And they're like, well, not real big. I'm like, okay, so then all you have to do is spend some time building a network. But I think sometimes people think, well, is it worth it? Does it really work? And so I kind of, I wanted to give you a contrast. I have had both experiences. I had a pretty significant network on social media before I joined It Works. But I actually did not have a huge in-person network because I was fairly new to the town I lived in. I'd only lived here for about a year when I joined, which means we were fairly new to our church because we'd only been there for about a year. My kids were homeschooled at the time, so we did not have any relationships, within a public school setting. You get to meet a lot of parents and teachers that way. We were new to our neighborhood, so I didn't know my neighbors very well. My kids were not in any sports when I joined, the sport that my kids were in, my boys are in BMX, and we were brand new to that track, so I did not have a network there. And at the time, we had one daughter, and she was the sport she was in was very small, and we did not have a network there. So my in-person network outside of my close friends and my family was very, very small. So last year we were at the BMX track a lot. My example is going to be about the BMX track. And I wore my It Works shirts all the time, and I did not talk to one single person about my business, unless if they asked me what I did, and I'd explain, and that was it. I did not approach anyone about products. I did not approach anyone about joining my team, because I didn't know anyone, and I was not going to be that person where they were like, oh, hide, the crazy rad lady is coming. And this business is about building relationships, and I am good at building relationships, so that is what I spent time doing last year. And part of that is that every time I meet someone, I find them on Facebook. I ask them what their Facebook name is so we can become friends. It helps me get to know them better. It helps them get to know me better. And so this last year, I have spent literally an entire year wearing my It Works clothes and being present on Facebook, both about my personal life and It Works, which is obviously, as you know, very much a part of my life. So now this summer, it's a summer sport in Minnesota because it snows half the year, at least at this track because it's an outdoor track. And this year I suddenly have many potential loyal customers, a handful of potential distributors, and I am meeting more people every single day. And every time I meet them, we become Facebook friends, and the cycle repeats. So what if I had gone to the track last year and, after just a few months been like, well, I might as well give up because nobody's interested, nobody's asking me, nobody's joining my team. Well, I would have completely wasted all of these, first of all, relationships I've built. I have made some really good friends, and my kids have made amazing friends, and so I've gotten to know their parents. And plus, I would have sacrificed the ability to bring people very much needed products and a very much needed opportunity. And so now most of my kids are in public school this year, and so I expect that it's going to take me a good year or more to really form relationships. There's motorcycles going by. It's so loud. I live in a really quiet neighborhood and there's never noise, and then like the loudest motorcycles in the world just drove by. Anyways, I expect that this next year, as my kids get involved in the school and I get to know parents and I get to know teachers, that I am forming relationships. I'm going to be friends with people on Facebook, and they are, without me even having to be in any way pushy, they're going to get to be exposed to what we are. I had a conversation at the BMX track today for about an hour with somebody who's really interested in joining our business. And one of the things she said to me, which I've actually heard a few people say to me, specifically from the track, is that they're like, It Works is just a part of you. They're like, I never feel pressure. I never am afraid you're going to talk to me about or pressure me into buying products. They're like, I get to ask you questions and you answer my questions. And then when I'm ready to buy, you let me buy. And when I'm not ready, you leave me, you let me be. So guys, we are not here to be walking salespeople. We are here to build relationships. And sometimes that means that we need to spend 6 months or a year cultivating a network. And that is okay, because after all, we are not in this for a few months. We are not here to get rich quick. We are here for long-term investment to transform our family's future.